want to use these muscles to push in wrestling. Okay? Because in order for us to use the hamstring muscles, we got to turn our back on our opponent. And if we turn our back on our opponent, then he's going to score a takedown on us. So, when I'm like this, and if I put this foot out like this and push back into him so that I can use these muscles, he's just going to grab me around the waist. Okay, now if you get one of my knees down, now he's got a 2-point takedown. So he didn't earn the 2-point takedown because I gave it to him by turning my back on him. Okay, so we want to make sure that we keep our hips square. Keep square. I'm tying up with him, all right? And if I want to make him heavy, if I want to push his head down and make it really, really heavy, I don't want to turn this hip in. And if I do, I only want to do it for a split second. So I can do this, boom, and then get on him, all right? All right. So Matthew down in referee's position. Okay, when I do a breakdown, look at me, look at me, look at me. You get off. You pay attention, okay? Okay, when I do a breakdown, okay, Cito, this is not a breakdown, all right? Okay. Now, I know that you've been able to do it to Bryce, and I'm sorry that Bryce hasn't been a better partner for you. But you're not going to be able to do that for the other wrestlers. Good rule of thumb, the first rule of breakdown everybody wants to do, you want to do a tight waist breakdown off the whistle. Because you always have to jam forward. No matter what we do, we always jam forward. Whether we do a side bust breakdown, you have to jam them forward to get them heavy on the hands. If we do a lace bust breakdown, you have to jam them forward to do them heavy. If we do a side bust, you have to jam them forward. Okay? Look. Referee blows the whistle. I want to do a side bust breakdown. I don't just jump to the side like this. Okay? That's wrong. I have to jam him forward to get him heavy on his hands. Now if he's heavy on his hands, can he do a stand-up? All right. Let's say that he's really fast, like you. You're really fast. Okay, and I don't jam him forward, okay? I'm just going to go right to here to do a side bust. Referee blows the whistle and he stands up. Okay, too late. I can't do my side bust if he's fast. So you always have to jam forward. Whether you're doing a side bust, a lace bust, a spiral ride, your move is always the same on the top. Or a cross face. Or an Iowa ride. Okay, if you're on the top, there's always one thing that you always do, and it's always jam forward. After you jam forward, then you can do something else. If you're on the bottom, there's always one thing that you do. What is it?
Stand up. Jam forward.
No, push back. Push back. If you're at the bottom, no matter what kind of escape or what kind of reversal you're going to do, you're always going to push back, okay? So what she's going to do is she's going to push his hips back so he's heavy like this, all right? Now he's going to get his chest up really high, all right? So he's got his knees up. Now he can go into crab walk, all right? Now he's going to pick his hips up really, really far. Now he's just going to hip punch down. All right, so you always jam forward if you're on top. You always push back if you're on the bottom. All right. You guys have to do a real breakdown. All right? So the first thing you want to do, just to make it easy, you're going to jam him forward anyway. As you're jamming him forward, pull this waist like this, okay? As you're jamming him forward, you're going to pull down on this inside hip. You're going to use your forearm to push his outside hip up. Pull down on the inside hip. Use the forearm, okay? So once he's like this, it's going to be easy for me to chop and bend. And if I can get him down on his elbow, then I can grab the elbow like this. Alright? Now if I grab the elbow, I can go into my half Nelson. Alright. If I get that elbow down, so first thing I'm going to do off the whistle, jam him forward, and I'm going to pull this outside hip up. I'm going to pull this inside hip down. Pull this inside hip down. This outside hip up. It'll be easy for me to jam. All right, I got this wrist now. Everybody see how I got this wrist? I already showed you the half Nelson. If I don't want to do the half Nelson, I'm just going to pull his wrist across like this. I'm going to reach up like this. Okay. the butcher, the butcher. All right? Okay. Off the whistle. Gonna jam him forward. First thing I'm gonna do is gonna go for my tight waist. I'm gonna pull this inside hip down. I'm gonna use my forearm to pull this outside hip up. That's gonna make it easy for me to chop. If an elbow goes down, I'm grabbing this. Okay, if I don't want to do the butcher, I don't want to do the half Nelson, okay, I can grab this, put my hand between his legs, flip his head to his knee, cross-face cradle. Okay, so off the tight waist breakdown, those are 3 easy pins. Let's say I drive him forward. My tight waist breakdown doesn't work. Tight waist breakdown, boom, I don't get him down. I don't get this elbow on the mat, so I can't grab his wrist. What I'm gonna do, if my tight waist doesn't work, I'm gonna drop this arm off and grab the waist. Now what do I got? Lace bust breakdown. Okay, so I jam him forward, I don't get him down. So quickly, I'm gonna go to the lace. All right, I keep my tight waist. Keep my tight waist. Now I've got his lace. Now I'm going to pull this up in the air. Try to get his knee off the mat. And then I'm going to drive forward. Okay, from here, got the same thing. Got my half Nelson. All right, or grab his wrist. 2 on 1. Got 2 arms on 1 arm. Pull, pull, pull till he's on his side. Pop, 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 pop. To my butcher. Or I got him busted down after I did my lace bust. I don't want to do the half Nelson. I don't want to do the butcher. Put my hand in between his legs, whip his head to his knee, got a cradle. Same thing. The only difference is I started with one breakdown, which was I started with my tight waist breakdown. That didn't work. Okay? I didn't get him down. I didn't get this down. So, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep driving. I'm going to go over here and get him down. And I'm looking for my 3 pinning combinations. My half Nelson, my butcher, or my cross-face cradle. All right. Let's say, come over here. All right, let's say I jam him forward. I go for my tight waist. I'm going to pull on this, pull up on his arm, chop. I don't get him down. I go for my lace bust. I'm driving, driving, driving. Okay, and he's staying on his base. He's staying on his base. I'm driving. I can't get him down. What am I going to go to next? Okay, from here. I can't. Remember, look at me. I can't get him down with my lace bust. Now I'm going to go to my side bust. Put my shoulder underneath him, my chest on his side, tee out, and I'm going to hug his legs and drive. Okay, what am I looking for? Half Nelson. All right, let's say I can't get the half Nelson. Grab this elbow, 2 on 1, pull him so he's halfway over. Pop, 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 pop. My head on the other side, butcher. I get the butcher, he puts his inside leg up. I get the crossface, he puts his inside leg up. My hand in between, flip his head to his knee, crossface cradle. So I went, all of that, I tried, first breakdown I tried was tight waist breakdown.
But that didn't work.
That didn't work. So immediately I went to lace bust breakdown. Tight waist breakdown, can't get him down, can't get him down. Lace bust breakdown, can't get him down, can't get him down. So I go to side bust breakdown.
You could get him down.
All right. Let's say that the side bust breakdown still doesn't work. What am I going to do then? Just give up?
No, keep on trying.
I'm going to keep on trying. What's that? Okay, an Iowa ride is not a breakdown. An Iowa ride is just a way that we ride while we're trying to break them down. So, first I do my tight waist breakdown. I can get the Iowa ride while I'm trying that. Okay? It doesn't work. So I go over here to the lace bust. I get the eye will ride while I'm trying my lace bust. Lace bust doesn't work. Drop it. I go for a side bust. I still got the eye will ride. Okay? Okay, so the eye will ride is not a breakdown. It's just the way that we ride while we're trying to break them down. So let's say I'm driving forward. I do my tight waist breakdown. Doesn't work. Lace bust breakdown. Doesn't work. Side bust breakdown. Doesn't work. So what I'm going to do now, look, I'm on this ride. I tried the tight waist breakdown from this side last time, right? Now I'm over on this side. It doesn't work. Okay, I'm pushing, and he's pushing back this way. I'm pushing this way, and he's pushing back this way. I'm pushing this way, and he's pushing back this way. I'm going to do my tight waist to the other side. Boom. All right. So I get my tight waist to the other side. Look for the half Nelson. Half Nelson is there. 2-on-1 butcher. All right. Butcher is in there. Okay. He puts his outside hip up. This one. Cross face straight. Okay. So while you're on top, you're always doing a real breakdown, meaning my hips are always behind his hips. My hips are always behind his arms. Okay? Alright, so once again, off the whistle, tight waist breakdown. If I don't get that, lace bust breakdown. If I don't get that, side bust breakdown. If I don't get this, that means he's pushing hard that way. If he's pushing hard this way, tight waist chop, go this way. If I don't get it that time, okay, drop, lace bust. If I don't get it, side bust. If I don't get it, tight waist chop. If I don't get it, lace bust. If I don't get it, side bust. If I don't get that, tight waist chop. If I don't get it, go back into my lace bust and side bust. So, you're always riding behind his hips. Tight waist breakdown, lace bust breakdown, side bust breakdown. All right, that doesn't work. Go to the other side. Tight waist breakdown, lace bust breakdown, side bust breakdown. Okay. Now here's some of the things I see you guys doing. You're jamming it forward, and you're running with the half Nelson. I don't like this. This is not a breakdown. I never taught you guys this. And then what's happening is, Tristan, look at me. You're getting out here. You're getting your legs way out in front, and when you're teeing out while he's on his knees. And you tee out while he's on his knees. Now, all he has to do to get out of this is throw his hand forward like Superman. Now, Blake, watch this. This is how you get out of 3/4 Nelson. Throw his hand forward, straight ahead, make it touch your ear. Your arm. Okay, now slap it on the mat. See that? All right. So I got a half Nelson. I'm driving. It's easy to get out. All right? He puts his arm forward, so it's really close to his head. Now he's going to slap his arm on the mat, pull his head up at the same time. Okay? So slap it down, pull your head up at the same time. Pull your head up at the same time. Pull your head up, pull your head up, pull your head up. All right, now slap it down. It's going to be easy to get out of. So I'm like this, and I'm trying to use this leg. This is what I see you guys doing. I'm trying to use this leg to push. He gets out of it. He grabs my leg. Okay. Now, he just improved his position. Am I in a better position here, or am I in a better position here?
Yeah.
Here. Okay. So you want to always have your legs behind his arms so that he cannot grab your legs. So if I'm jamming, and I get up here to the side because I'm trying to jam him out here, and he grabs my leg. All right, he just improved his position. Now, if he improves his position and he gets that leg, all right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stuff like this, and I'm take this elbow and I'm going to pull it behind his head, and I'm pull his elbow up, I'm going to push his head underneath. Okay, so he's not happy right now. You all right, buddy? Okay, so he grabs my leg. So he's got my leg, all right? I'm going to stuff his head down. I'm going to put my arm on his elbow, pick his elbow up, push his head underneath, okay? Now, I'm pushing his head underneath like this. Now I'm going to get my leg back. I'm going to do, this is called high leg over. What's this called? High leg over. I'm going to take this leg, I'm going to put high, over. Now I'm going to get back behind it. All right? High leg over. So if you're riding, all right? You take your leg. You stump his head, grab his elbow, pick his elbow up, and push his head underneath his elbow. From here, high leg over, get back behind him. You always want to ride while you're behind him, okay? Okay, here's one of the other mistakes I see you do. Dawson, pay attention to this one. You're driving, and you can't get him down. So you want to use your hamstrings. So you grab him around the head, and you put your legs out like this, okay? And so I've got him like this, but he's in his base. And I'm trying to push him over. I'm trying to push him like this, okay? Don't do this. All he has to do is put his ear on my chest. Okay, now he's going to kickstand out with this leg. All right, kickstand out, he's going to push me over. All right, now, do I have control of him?
No.
Does he have control of me?
Yes.
Okay. If I went, I usually be in control, right?
Yeah.
So I started out in the control position. If we start out like this, the referee's not going to give me a takedown just because I got behind him. If we start out like this, all right, I'm not in control position, he's not in control position. But I get him down, I get behind him. Now I went from a neutral position, he went from a neutral position, and I gained control. Dawson, you hear that? I gained control because I have my limbs, my right arm, my left arm is on one side of his body and I'm behind him, okay? So I gain control. If I'm like this, I don't have control. Both my hands are on this side, I'll have control, so I don't get 2 points. If I get like this, I got my limbs, my left hand on this side, my right hand on this side, and I'm behind him, I got 2 points because I'm in control. If I'm not behind him, I have my arm on this side, my arm on this side, I don't have control, okay? Because I'm not behind him. All right, just because his head is underneath me, that doesn't mean that I've got control. If he has a front headlock on me, okay, so he's on, and it looks like he's got control, right? Okay, it looks like he's got control, but it's going to be, if I'm good, I can hit my high crotch really easy. So just because I got one arm on one side, one arm on the other side, yeah, I got him covered. That's called covering. Yes, he's covered, but I'm not in control because I'm not behind him. Let's say that I got a leg, okay? Here, get up. Stand up. So I snake the leg. I'm going in for my single. He sprawls on top of me. All right. I'm not behind him, and I don't have one arm on one side and one arm on the other. So what I want to do is I stick my elbow to the mat. If my elbow's on the mat, he's not going to be able to move his leg. He's not going to be able to swivel. If my elbow is up, I'm going to try to get behind him, but as I try to get behind him, he's going to windshield wiper away. Okay, so I'm trying to get behind him, and he's getting away because he's moving this ankle away from me. So I'll put my elbow on the mat. Now he can't move his ankle away. I'm going to take my elbow, I'm going to suck it in like this, okay? Now, he can't move his ankle away. But, am I in control position?
Yeah.
No. Do I have one arm on one side of his body and one arm on the other side of his body? No, both my arms are on the right side of his body. But as soon as I do this, as soon as I grab this ankle, all right, I'm in control. I got 2 points. So I'm behind him, and I got my limbs on each side of his body. All right, so if I start out on top, so he's down, referee's position, referee says top man on. Now I'm behind him, and I got one arm on one side, one arm on the other side. My limbs are on both sides, I got one leg. All right, did I just get a takedown? No, why not? Because I didn't take him from a neutral position. If he starts a neutral position, and we both start from standing, and I force him into this position, then I get a takedown. So in order to get a takedown, pay attention. In order to get a takedown, I have to force him out of neutral position, and I have to put him under my control. he has to be from a neutral position in order for me to get a takedown. Because right now he's in a disadvantaged position. He's on the bottom. I cannot get a takedown. The only way I can score from this position is if I put him on his back and get back points. The only way he can score is he can get an escape. So if I lose control, but he does not gain control, he gets a 1-point escape. So he does a stand up, hit by south. All right, do I have control of him?
No.
Does he have control of me?
No.
So that means I went from a control position to losing control, but he didn't control me, so he gets an escape. Now he's in neutral position. So now I can take him down again. Now, I take him from a neutral position to a control position. Did I just score 2 points? I just scored 2 points. All right. All right. So, let's say that he never breaks contact. So I'm on top of him. I jam him forward, okay? And then I do one of these. I got him by his head. Now you guys pretend that I'm hanging on his arm like this. And I'm out here like this. Now he's smart. He's going to put his head up high, okay? He's going to put his ear on my chest. Put your ear on my chest, put your head up high. I was going to swivel out, windshield wiper out, kickstand out. Okay, now look what happened.
He got control.
Okay, he doesn't have control yet. Why not?
Because
Both of his arms are on one side. Okay? Now, he does not have to be behind me if my back is on the mat. Okay, so now he's got his arm over on this side. Now he's got a control position. He's in control. So he never went neutral. I lost control, he gained control. That's a reversal. If I lose control, he does not gain control. That's an escape. That's 1 point. If I lose control and he gains control, that's a reversal. That's 2 points. But this is even worse because what am I really doing bad right now? I'm on my back. So he got a 2-point reversal. And if I stay here for 2 seconds, he gets 2 points. If I stay here for 5 seconds, he gets 3 points. So, if I'm on top of him, I jam him forward, and then I want to use my hamstrings to push him over, okay? Let's say I want to push him down. I can't push him down. You have to have your knees pointing to the mat. Everybody, Dawson, you have to have your knees pointing to the mat. If I take my knees and I point them to the ceiling, and I try to push them like this, and try to use my hamstrings, okay? All he's going to do is going to put his ear on me, kickstand out. Now, as soon as he puts his hands to the other side, okay, now he's in control, and I've exposed my own back. But think about what just happened. Did he really earn those points?
Yeah.
No. Really, I gave it to him. I gave it to him. I turned my back to him, and all he had to do was put his ear on me and put his arm around me, and boom, he's got 5 points. I just gave him 5 points. All right? Tristan. Okay, so if I'm jamming him forward, all right, and I do this, or Adam, what I see you guys do a lot is I see you put your arm on their back like this. Bryce, I see you do this a lot. If my arm is on his back, do I have control of him?
No, he can get up fast.
He can get up fast, right. From this position, the referee might even give him an escape from here because I have no control. I just lost control. All right, now he's not in control of me, but I have no control. Just because I got the back of my arm on him doesn't mean I had control. If your back of your arm is on him, you don't have control. So as soon as I do this, all right, the referee might just give him an escape right there. If the referee doesn't give him an escape here, all he's got to do is put his head up. All right, now he's going to turn and face me. All right, now he's got an escape. All right, oh, now he's on top of me. He's behind me, he's on top of me, and he has his arms on each side of me. Now he got control, okay? So that means he got a reversal. But what made him do that? Did he do that because he's really good? He did that because I turned my back up and I put my back of my arm on him, all right? So if you guys are doing that, hey, come on, children, I need you to pay attention. Bryce, come on over here and get away from your brother and sister. You don't want to give him a handle to hang on to, okay? So if I'm jamming like this, and I take my leg out there, he grabs my leg, All right, now he's not in control. He didn't get away, but I gave him a handle. I gave him something to grab onto, and he's going to use that. Now from here, if he's smart, what he's going to do is he's going to take his hips, and he's going to put it underneath his shoulder, and he's going to get his head up. Okay, now get your head up high. Put your head higher, shoulder. Okay, now he's going to put his kickstand out. All right, now I was hanging on to him like this. All right, what do you think is going to happen in the next 1 second? He's going to drive. He's going to use his ear to push me away. He's going to use his kickstand to push me away. All right. Don't give him a handle. Don't give him a handle. All right. If you give him a handle, whether it's your wrist, whether it's your arm, whether it's your leg, he's going to use that handle to gain control. Here's another example. Here, you're going to talk. All right, so he's driving, he's jamming, all right? I can't get his leg because he's too smart, okay? But I can get his wrist. I got a handle. I got a handle right here, okay? I'm gonna put my elbow on the mat, I'm gonna throw this up in the air, all right? I'm just gonna, I still got this handle. Do I have control right now? I don't have control right now, but I got this wrist. I'm gonna throw this wrist down, all right? Do I have control now? Yes. How did I get control? I got a handle. I found a handle and I cranked on it until I got control. So when you're on top, do not give him a handle. Okay, so do not put one of your hips down closer to the other one. All right, so let's say we're both on our knees and we're wrestling like this, okay? Now, and then what I do is I'm going to put this hip down here like this. All right, because I'm going to try to do a headlock. I never taught you guys this. I don't want you doing headlocks, and this is exactly why I don't want you doing headlocks. He's going to take his chin, he's going to put it up, he's going to put a kickstand out. Kickstand out. All right, now what's going to happen to me?
He's going to
use his ear. All right. Does he have control?
Yeah.
All right. How did that happen? Because I put one of my hips in. Now, so we're wrestling like this. And I decided I'm going to lean into him like that, all right? All right, I'm leaning into him. I put one of my hips down. That means half of my body is on my back already. He's just going to whip me over like this. All right. Now imagine, let's say he wants to do a headlock on me. And I keep both of my hips square to him. So we're like this. I'll keep both of my hips square to him. It's going to be hard for him to whip me all the way around, isn't it? See? Both my hips are square to him. Now he's putting his hip in. He put his hip in. If he puts his hip in, what am I going to do? I'm going to kickstand out. See? I'm going to take advantage. I'm going to kickstand out and I'm going to whip him over. Okay? Now, if I put my hip in first, so we're like this, we're wrestling. Here, right, we're like this, we're wrestling. If I put my hip in first, and even I got my kickstand out, I don't have an angle on him. I don't have an angle on him. But he's got an angle on me, okay? Now, if he puts his hip in first, okay, I'm out to the side, see? I got an angle. I can do this, okay? So you don't want to give him an angle. You always want to stay facing forward. Stand up. Now, let's say his legs are glued to the mat, and he can't move. And I know that his legs are glued to the mat. He can't move his legs. And I can take him down any way I want to. What do you think the best spot for me to take him down should be? To be on the side, right. I get out here to the side. I got an angle. Now I can grab these legs and push. So don't give him an angle. If I put my hip in, I just gave him an angle, didn't I? Didn't I? All right, so I got to keep my hips square to him, okay? All right, another thing I see you guys doing. Get down. Referee's position. All right. Double boots breakdown. I showed you guys a double boots breakdown, but we never practiced it. But I've seen a couple of you doing it. Well, I've seen you doing it. All right, this is a double boots breakdown. First thing you do, what's the first thing you always do no matter what breakdown? Down forward. All right. Now I'm going to put my leg in, and what I want to do, I want to get my leg in so deep that the laces are on his leg like this. This is called a crossbody ride. I'm going to grab this lace, I'm going to take this elbow, stick in this hip. Crossbody ride. Okay, from here, we can go to double boots if I want to go to double boots. But this is a crossbar to right position. I have to stay in this, I have to have this lace. If I don't have this lace, and I only got one leg in, I'm in trouble. If I let go of this lace, what he's going to do is he's going to keep stand out. He's going to pump in, and he's going to put this inside hip on the mat. So, throw this inside hip on the mat. Okay. Okay. Now I'm like this. Now, I didn't really lose control, but he improved his position. And I also gave him a handle because I put my leg in, and now he's got my leg. Now what he's going to do is he's going to put both his hands on my heel. He's going to push my heel down. Yes. All right. Now he's going to tripod up and put my leg away. Now from here, when he tripods up, now he's here like this. All right. So he got control, and I'm on my back. So he got 5 points. I got to have his legs. So you got to get, if you're going to do double boots, you got to get your single boot down first. Single boot. Double boots means you got 2 legs in. All right. Single boot means you got 1 leg in. Yes.
Your battery is gonna.
Okay.
Go.
Just let it go until it runs out.
Okay.
Thanks. Okay. So I jam me forward. I put my leg in. All right. Now from here, I want to break them down. I don't have to go to double boots. All I got to do is grab this and jam it down like this. Okay. He's doing the split, so he's not happy. Let's say I want to do double boots for some reason. Okay, I got to take my lace off of him. After I get 1 leg in, 1 leg must go in first. Did you hear that, Blake? 1 leg must go in first. Then I can put the other leg in, and I have to have both of my legs laces down. Now I can jam forward. Okay? After I jam forward like this, what I want to do is called a power half. A power half, I put my forearm on the back of his arm. I put the half on like this. Now I don't take my boots out. I'm going to crank him all the way over here like this. Alright? After I get his arm behind his head, now I take my boots out. Now I sit him in. Good. Okay? However, that is rather complicated, so I prefer that you guys just didn't do that. Yeah?
Doesn't no one have to do a power half?
Can you put your hands on top of each other when you do that?
Yeah.
Like this.
You can put your hands like this. Alright.
Like this power half.
Stop, Cito.
If you clasp your hands like this, your wrists have cartilage. So your wrists are going to just give there, all right? So you put your hands like this, the cross is right here, there's no give here, okay? So you put it down like this, and like this, okay? So if I have my hands like this, and I try to pry, I've got some give right there, so it's not going to be so tight. So I have my hands like this, or like this, it's going to be tighter. But yes, you can do it either way. Okay, what are some other things? Oh, all right, sprawls. All right. If he hits a high crotch on me, if I look, he's got a high crotch on me. If he hits a high crotch, I'm not going to be able to sprawl straight back like this, okay? Because I'm just going to give him points. So what I have to do is I have to tee out. I have to take this hip and hit him right there. Boom. This. Okay? Now, once I get him down here like this, what am I going to do? I'm going to grab his elbow. I'm going to push his head down. I'm going to push his head underneath his elbow. I'm going to high leg over. I'm going to get behind him. Okay? So, if somebody hits a high crotch, he can't sprawl straight back. So he's in on a high crotch. I don't want to sprawl straight back because then he's just going to get behind me. Because his head is on the outside on the high crotch. So I need to sprawl. It's called a squat. I'm going to square my hips and I'm going to pop in with my hips. Square my hips, pop. Okay? If he lets go of my leg, good. I got 2 points. If he hangs on to my leg, I'm going to stuff his head. I'm going to pull his elbow behind his head. And high leg over. I'm going to get behind him. I got my 2 points. Okay? If he does a single leg. Alright, he's got a single leg on me. I can sprawl. When I sprawl, okay, I don't want to have his head out. I want to take his head underneath me completely like this. And then I'm just going to push back, and circle out. Alright? Okay, Blake. I shoot in on him. He sprawls. Do not put your head underneath them. If you're here and your head is underneath them, you got to get your head out. You can get your head out to the side like this, and from here you can build your, so put your hips underneath your shoulder, kickstand out, and finish. If you're trapped underneath, so I'm like this, he sprawls, and I'm stuck like this, okay? I gotta get my head out, one way or another. I gotta get my head over here, I gotta get my head over here. Doesn't matter, I gotta get my head out. Or, I gotta get my hips out. So if my hips stay here, if my head stays here, my hip stays here, now I got a single leg, okay? If my ear stays on his belly button, I got a single leg. But I can't have my hips and my head underneath it. So, I saw you wrestling like this, Blake, sprawl. Okay, so I saw you wrestling like this. You gotta make a choice. Do you want to do a single leg or do you want to do a double leg? If I do a single leg, that means I'm going to take my hips away from his head and get behind him. Okay? If I do a double leg, alright, so I'm like this, I want to do a double leg. That means I'm going to take my head and put it on his hips. Now, very important, I've got to get my hips underneath me, like this, underneath my shoulders. Once my hips are underneath my shoulders, kickstand out, cut the corner, cover. Alright, so one more time, my head is underneath him. Alright, I gotta make a choice. I do a single leg or a double leg. If I do a single leg, I gotta get my hips away. But if I'm trying to put my hips away, even a windshield wiper is getting square up. Okay? I'm trying to get my hips away, he's windshield wiper and squaring up. So what I do is, I gotta get my elbow in here, my elbow on the mat. Once my elbow's on the mat, he's not going to be able to windshield wiper. Now I can square up, grab his leg, as soon as I switch off, I got 2 points. If I want to do a double leg, so I'm underneath him, wrong. I want to do a double leg. I got to get my head out, I got to suck his hips in, and I got to put my hips underneath my shoulders. So I put my hips in close, and I'm going to pop up like this. Okay? Pop up like this. So my hips are underneath my shoulders. Nice straight back, alright? From here, use my ear to push him, use my power leg to push him. Forward. Alright. Maverick. Alright, this is called a reverse leg position. This is a reverse leg position. I find myself in a reverse leg position. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to put my head in between his legs. I'm going to put this arm down. It's going to lift up like this. Okay, my head goes in between his legs. My head goes in between his legs. It's called going through the back door. From here, I'm going to turn around. Got my 2 points. Okay, so, look at me, Maverick. I can do this from a single leg position. This, if my elbow is on the inside and my hand is on the outside, that's called reverse leg position. I don't want to go this way. I don't want to go this way, all right? I'm in the reverse leg position. And what I want to do, I want to get my head in between his legs. I'm going to go up like this, all right? And I'm just going to turn around, score. If I'm in the single leg position, all right, I'm in single leg position. I can't get around behind him. I can't get my elbow on the mat. So what I do instead is, put this hand down flat on the mat, all right? I'm going to get my knees underneath me. I'll square up like this. My knees underneath me. Put this hand on the mat. Pick them up. All right. From here, I can come over like this and score. Or, I'm in the single leg position. All right. I get my knees underneath me, hold my hand flat, pick them straight up. All right, this is called one up, one down. I'm going to pull one down, so he's going to be like this. I'm going to push one up, I'm going to pull one down, score. One up, one down. So, he stops me in my shot. I'm down here like this. All right, what I'm going to do is put one hand in here, put my knees underneath my chest. Push up. All right. One up, one down. Push one up, pull one down. Score. All right. So those are some of the mistakes that I'm seeing all of them make. Oh, thank you. Reach behind. Oh, this is a big one, guys. I'm on the bottom. Okay. This is a fundamental mistake. You make this mistake when you're in preschool. You make this mistake when you're in kindergarten. But if you're first grade, second grade, you should know better than this. Cito. All right, now I see you doing this a lot. You're able to get away with it because you're so fast. Take your elbow, reach around like this. I'm putting the back of my arm on. If I put the back of my arm on, all right, I'm hurting. He's going to take this hand. All right, he's got a half on me right now. All he's going to do is drive in. Now your toes drive in. All right. All right. Yeah, you're quick, but you're not going to be able to do it against the best wrestlers. You can do it against bad wrestlers.
If you make it a habit.
And if you make it a habit, they're going to catch up. When you're 4 years old, when you're 5 years old, when you're 6 years old, you're going to be a lot better. Some people are going to be a lot better. But when you're 7, you're not going to be that much better. When you're 8, you're not going to be that much better. When you're 9, you'll be just as good as everybody else. When you're 10, you'll be just as good as everybody else. And when you're 4, 5, or 6, some kids are a lot better than the other kids. Still, you get some kids that are 4, 5, and 6 years old, and some of them are super studs. But every year that goes by, the other kids catch up to them really fast. All right? By the time you're 9, 10 years old, those super studs, when they were super studs when they were little kids, it's all equal now. Okay? So if you learn bad habits while you're young, when those other kids are going to be better next year, and they're going to be even better the year after that, and you're still doing bad habits, well, guess what? They're learning good habits. They're going to get better than you. So when you do this, all right, so what you want to do, instead of reaching over the back like this, you want to take this arm and you want to grab the inside of the thigh. This is called a switch. So everybody look. All right. So see how I've got his arm trapped?
Yes.
Okay, so he can't get his arm out right now. And I'm going to make his arm, I'm going to give him a little bit of an owie. Look at me, Cito. I'm going to give him a little bit of an owie. So I'm going to take my elbow, I'm going to take this arm, I'm going to pull his leg in. And as I pull his leg in, I'm going to take my elbow, I'm going to put it on the mat. Okay? Now, see how he's trying to take his arm out right now because it hurts. Okay? If he got his arm deep like this, I pull his leg in, I put my elbow on the mat, his arm hurts. Okay? Okay, now he's down like this, his face is in the mat. All I have to do is here, I got to perform reversal. That's called a switch. So, what you want to do, okay, you bump back, grab the wrist, so you can't get anywhere. You don't have to grab the wrist on a switch. If you bump back, you want to clear this arm. So you clear like this, then you're going to go to your crab walk. Now, don't put your arm on the back. You're looking for this thigh, inside of his thigh, and you're trapping his arm. Once you trap that arm, you're going to pull his leg in, okay? And now, once you pull his leg in deep, now you're just going to hip iced over. But as soon as you let go of this arm, your elbow's going to hit the mat. And that's going to drive it down. Okay, so now he's nice and flat. Just get behind him. So once again, the switch. Okay, so you're doing this. Do not put your elbow, all right? If I do this, I'm grabbing his waist like this. He's going to tripod up. Tripod up. Now he's going to walk his legs on the other side of me. Okay? And look, right now, I'm giving up back points. I just exposed my own back, okay? And he's going to be smart. He's going to put a half Nelson on me. All right? Now he's going to drive me chest to chest. He might even pin me. So don't put your arm on his back. Don't put your arm on his back. Do not put your arm on his back. So if I have to reach behind me, I'm going to put my arm underneath him. Okay, bump back, clear the wrist. I'm putting my arm, I'm reaching behind him, I'll put my arm underneath him, so I'm grabbing his thigh. That's the only way I can reach underneath him, is grab his thigh, okay? His other leg is too far away, I can't grab that leg. I can only grab his near leg. Okay, after I grab his thigh, what am I going to do next? I'm going to pull his leg in. Pull his leg in. Okay, now I'm going to get around behind him. As soon as I get around behind him, okay, I'm going to have to put my elbow down in order to get behind him. And that's going to give him a little owie, and I'm going to get behind him. Now from here, really quickly, he's already flat, okay? Don't let him get back up. From here, you go to your half Nelson, you go to your butcher, or you go to your cradle, okay? So you got to hit those moves. That reminds me of one more thing. All right, from the bottom. Okay, got two things for you, okay? If you're on the bottom, you got to always be moving like a bucking bronco, all right? Everybody know what a bucking bronco is? It's a horse. You everybody see the cowboys try to ride those horses, and the horses keep moving and bucking them off? All right, that's what you got to do. You got to be moving on the bottom like a bucking bronco. Bump back, okay? Try to hit my stand-up. He knocks me down. All right, bump back. Try to hit my sit-up. He follows me. Bump back. Try to hit my switch. I don't get my switch. Hit my sit-up. All right, now I got it. Now from here, what am I going to do? I got a choice. I can do a double or I can do a single. I do a single, put his elbow, put his hand on the head, get arm behind me. Or I can do a double. All right, put my kickstand out, suck his legs in so that my hips are underneath me. Finish. All right? So you're on the bottom. You got to hit your move. One. That doesn't work. Hit the next one. That doesn't work. Hit the next one. Just like if you're on the top. You do a chop. All right? You do your tight waist. Doesn't work. Go to your lace bust right away. Doesn't work. Go to your side bust right away. Doesn't work. Go back to your tight waist. Doesn't work. Keep going, keep going, keep going. But you got to hit one move right after the next one. Okay?
And now you're getting low points.
What?
And you haven't given up any points.
And you haven't given up any points, right? Okay, so I'm on the bottom. Okay, first thing I want to do, you got to have a plan. You got to tell yourself, first thing I'm going to do is a switch. I hit my switch, he gets away from me. Second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a sit-up. Do my sit-up. He follows me. Third thing I'm going to do, I do my stand-up. Okay, now I got to stand up. Boom, boom, boom. All right? You got to hit one after the other. But you don't make it up as you go along, okay? You don't start doing moves that you never learned in wrestling practice. So he's on the top, okay? And I start doing this. Is this a move that we learned in wrestling practice? Is this a move we learned in wrestling practice? All right. Is this a move we learned in wrestling practice? You don't do any of those. You do a real stand-up. If that doesn't work, he returns you to the mat. All right? You do a real sit-out. That doesn't work. He follows you. You do a real switch until you get behind him. Boom, stand up. Boom, switch. Boom, sit-up.